welcome back to the channel. I'm Kay. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Yeah, this is part 2 of the questions, the comments I've been getting a lot of, or any questions that you guys have, that you guys DM me about. So yeah, welcome back to the channel, y'all. It's a new day and we finna jump straight into it. I'm headed to the car wash, y'all, so don't mind me driving in talking. But anyway, let me clear my throat. I feel like I'm stuck. I just finished my smoothie from Tropical Smoothie. But anyway, so let's get straight into it. Somebody asked me, what's the process for enrolling kids into school? Was it easy? Was it complicated? How was the process? So basically, y'all know we got here August 1st. School started August 13th. And yeah, that's all the time I had to get them enrolled in school. So within that short window of time, I was able to get online, figure out what district we were in first. We are in Crowley ISD. So once I figured that out, I went on the website and registered them. I registered all 5 of the kids, and they picked the schools. They let me pick the schools, but then the first day of school was real complicated because it was a mix-up. So they let me pick the schools, and the schools that I thought were closest to us, those are the ones that I picked. But I told y'all in the previous video that Texas has like 6 different schools in one neighborhood. So yeah, I picked the schools, and then they just sent me confirmation saying, hey, your child is scheduled for this school. So okay, cool. That's when they changed the schools or whatever. So when we got to school, the first day of school, y'all, they were not on the list. So we literally had to spend the whole first day of school getting them assigned to a teacher. So the first day of school, y'all, we sat in the cafeteria for like 3 hours and still never got help because it was so many kids that didn't have assigned, assignments. Come to find out, the school that they go to now, they actually lost their registrar over the summer, so they didn't have anyone to register their students. So a lot of students that were new didn't get into the system, so they had to go through, find classrooms for them and all this stuff. So my kids actually didn't get to go to school until the second day of school, but the process was rather easy. You just find what district you're in, or if you already know, then you just go in there, register them. They're gonna send you an email and hey, they are the register. They'll send you all their teacher information and everything of that nature. Unless you're like me where you only have 2 weeks to register them, and yeah, that becomes chaotic, but it still was a smooth process in the end. My 4-year-old, I had registered him for pre-K, and since pre-K isn't required, it's optional, he couldn't go because the whole district was full on pre-K. Not just the schools they're at, but the whole district. So that's why y'all be seeing him with me every day, because he can't go to school until this year. This year, he'll get to go to he'll get to start kindergarten, not pre-K. Let me see, what else was I finna tell y'all? Oh yeah, so he didn't get to go to school, and y'all, my baby, they was dressed up for the first day of school. I'm gonna pop a picture right here. They were dressed up for the first day of school. He was ready for school, y'all, and then my baby couldn't even go. I was so upset, but it's cool because he going this year, baby. He getting up out the house with us. So yeah, process real easy, real simple. Just make sure you do it in time, unless you necessarily just absolutely have to do it, on a whim like I did in a rush. So yeah. Let's see. The next question is my car wash open? Yep. The next one is, what do I do in the trucking industry? As I told you, I work for a trucking company. I am a claims coordinator, so I don't actually deal hands-on with the truck drivers, y'all. They only contact me if they have been into an accident. They've hit somebody hit them. They didn't, ran in somebody's yard, messed it up. They didn't hit the mailbox, anything of that nature. They called me and I put in a claim for it. If they are under our company, we don't work with all trucking companies. We only work with a select few. So if they are in our select few, then hey, we deal with them, and that's what it is. So yeah, I just do all accident claims. process the claims for them, and then we send it over to have the accident worked. Yeah, real simple. The next question is, how am I liking it so far? I like it, y'all. I kind of feel like I'm too far out, though. I feel like I'm in a whole nother part of town or something. Well, I mean, I am, but if you get what I'm saying, like, I feel like I'm not near to the city. Like, I want the city living, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to really just be like in the city, but I want to be on the outskirts, but not this far on the outskirts. I want to be a little closer. So I do, either if we don't move out of Dallas, I would like to just move a little closer, you know, inside of Fort Worth versus being all the way far out of Fort Worth. So yeah, other than that, I mean, it's straight. I haven't really got to put my plans into motion yet as far as what I wanted to do while we, you know, as to why I moved here. I haven't got to do that yet, but it's coming along. I'll be able to start doing that probably within the next month or two. My wife is so disrespectful. So yeah. Next question is, okay, this is not a question, this is a statement. Somebody told me I need to learn how to speak. Y'all, I politely blocked them. Well, no, I did respond to them, and one of my supporters also responded to them as well. But yeah, and then I blocked him because you're not gonna get on here and tell me how I need to talk, baby. Yo, whatever you is, or however y'all speak, where you from, that's how you speak. But how I speak is how I speak, baby. And nobody gonna tell me, oh, you need to learn how to talk, or you don't speak correct English, you don't do this, you don't do that. Baby, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna speak how I want to speak, and that's gonna be the end of it, okay? So yeah, that person got blocked. The other one is, someone said they're unable to find temp services. Y'all, I do have a video on the temp service, and then a couple of them, but I only went through one. When I first was gonna move to Dallas, I was going through Cornerstone Staffing. I also have a video I'll drop here, to where you can go and look through all those temp services and find you a job. My mirror was twisted, y'all. Let's see. Next, somebody said, any tips on moving, apartments, jobs, and credit? I think I talked about a little bit of this on part 1, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. So yeah, somebody asked, do I have any tips on moving, any tips on finding apartments, finding jobs, and how did it work with credit? So, tips on moving. I know I talked about this a little bit in part 1, but now I didn't really go into detail. I would say, if you're on a budget when you're trying to move, find an apartment with a special. A special is going to be the best thing for you. Like I told y'all in part 1, we found an apartment with a special. And our apartments were, you pay your application fee, you pay the deposit, and then you get $1,000 off your monthly rate. Our apartment, yeah, $1,000 off your original rate. And in our apartments, you were able to split your deposit. So basically, instead of paying your deposit all at one time, you are able to pay your deposit over every month, like $15 a month through a company, a third party, or whatever. And it's basically like a deposit insurance in a sense, and you cancel it when you move out. So yes, that is what we did. We did not pay the full $565 deposit up front. Only thing we paid up front was our first month's rent minus the $1,000 and our application fee, which was $100. That's it. Let's see here. And then in our apartments, y'all, we pay rent and we pay water. Internet and television cable, all of that is billed through our rent. So I didn't have to have none of that set up separately. Everything was set up when we got here. As soon as we moved in, we had internet access, we had TV access. And it's just a little box they put on the ceiling that you really don't even notice. And that's where your Wi-Fi comes from. It's not a modem or anything you don't hook directly into. It's just Wi-Fi. And then your cable is through Spectrum. You just, download the app on your phone or TV, and boom, you got cable. So yeah, really nice experience. I love that experience. I love not having to pay an additional cable and internet bill. Everything was already included with our rent price. So yeah, I love that. Now our rent is on the little steep side of things, but I still love not having to pay separately. So yeah, the biggest tip I can give you about that, like I said, find an apartment with a special and you are good to go. I promise. As far as credit went, being honest with y'all, completely transparent, y'all, my credit score is like middle fives. My husband, he is up there. So I was kind of scared to even get put on the application because I'm like, we might get denied, but it actually worked out. We were approved with both of us on there. Yeah, credit, I guess the credit varies. It varies by the apartment and the company that you're going through. So yeah, when I tell you, I'm trying to tell y'all, we got approved so quick. Like, I want to say within 2 to 3 hours we were approved. So either they didn't check too much or nothing, or that maybe that's just their process. I don't know. I don't really know how their credit works here. So I only did this one place. I can't really tell y'all, you know, don't worry about much. I don't want to tell y'all don't worry about much, and then, you know, something happens to where y'all don't get approved. All I can say is all you can do is take the chance, you know. And then as far as jobs, like I keep telling y'all, refer back to my video. You can also get on Indeed and find jobs. That's how I found my job originally. I found it on Indeed, but before I even got offered that position, I had got offered positions from temp agencies, which is the one I told y'all to go through. I actually had a start date in a temp agency back in 2021. I was supposed to come down here, get equipment, and start, but they called the day before and was like, well, they sent out an email the day before, just you know, laying out the rules. So, you know, this is a work from home job. You have to be located in Dallas, Texas. You can't be located anywhere. And I was like, dang, I was gonna come pick up my equipment, you know, and take it back to Arkansas, get started with the job, and then move to Texas. But I couldn't do that because they, you know, they said that that's not how it works. So I just didn't go, and then the temp agency banned me from applying with them again because I just didn't show up. So oh well, I found a job through Indeed, got hired on, and that's what it is. That's my job. So yeah, check Indeed, check temp services. When I say the jobs here, it's jobs here. I promise, it's jobs here. Whether you work at Domino's, you can work at fast food here, baby, and it don't even matter because they pay. They pay. Oh, a lot of people probably go against me on this because they say that, oh, they don't have no jobs or the pay is low. It just kind of depends on the job that you're looking for. It depends on what field you're interested in. I've seen some low paying jobs. I'm not gonna lie. At first I was like, I don't know about this, but then I also found something that was paying good. You just gotta find them. You gotta search real hard. But I promise you can find a job. You can find one. Let's see. Okay, I'm done with all those in there. The next question is, oh, well, this one is not a question. Somebody stated the reason they moved from Dallas was because of segregation, racism. It was boring, antisocial people, and road rage. It was a couple comments on there talking about racism in Dallas. Y'all, if I'm being honest, I haven't experienced any racism since I've been here. Like I told y'all first, the diversity here is off the charts. And I love it. Coming from Arkansas, I love the diversity here. You will see blacks, whites, Mexicans, Asians, Jamaican, African, I don't care what it is. Everybody just mingle amongst each other. I haven't seen nobody, I haven't seen anything that's been, you know, segregated or anything of that nature. Even the neighborhoods I drive through that I would think were predominantly white if I was back in Arkansas, you're gonna see a whole bunch of black people. Like, I can drive y'all around my neighborhood, and the way these houses and stuff set up, y'all would be like, oh, this gotta be a white neighborhood. I promise you, it's majority blacks, and that's crazy. It was crazy to me because I'm just like, I'm not used to that. I'm from Arkansas where it's like the blacks stay in the hood and the whites stay in these nice, you know, areas, and that's how it is. So if you see a black person out there, you be like, okay, they doing good for themselves. But here, y'all, it's totally different. I don't care what race you are. You can see them in these big fancy nice houses, driving these big fancy nice cars. It don't matter. So yeah, it's completely different, and I have not experienced any racism. I'm not even gonna speak on that because I don't know what they experienced. I don't know what part of town they lived in or anything, but I'm in Southwest Fort Worth and I haven't experienced that. My auntie lives in Plano. I visited Plano. I visited Irving. I visited Weatherford, which is like majority white. That's out like towards the country, and those people are friendly. I've been to Claiborne, where it's normally country, majority white folks, and they are friendly. I haven't experienced any racism, so I can't speak on that. I don't know what part of Dallas they were in, but yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I love the diversity here. And my brother, he lives in Chicago, y'all. He came down. I told y'all he came down to visit me last week. Well, they just left Sunday. And he was like, this is crazy. And I'm like, what? He was like, if I was back in Arkansas, man, these white people be looking at me like I'm crazy. And if y'all think I'm playing, if I have any Arkansas supporters on here, drop a comment down below and let me know if what I'm saying is true. It's kind of segregated in Arkansas, like, well, in Little Rock, because you know the black neighborhoods from the white neighborhoods. So if you see a black person in a white neighborhood, you can be like, dang, okay. It's totally different though. So he was like, if I was back in Little Rock, white people just be looking at me all upside my head and stuff, or they'd be like, why this something like that? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. My brother does not have a filter at all. So then he was like, but here, he said, man, we're going into the hotel and all these white old men speaking to me and stuff. I told him, I'm like, everybody is really, so far that I've encountered, is really friendly. If I'm driving through a neighborhood, y'all, and they outside, people wave at you and I wave back. I normally don't even wave back at people. But here it's like you have to. It's like people are so freaking friendly and nice. Like you have to reciprocate that. Like, okay, you speaking to me? I'm gonna speak back. Hey, how you doing? You know, if people walk out in front of you, like if you're at Walmart or something, everybody, they say, hey, you know, they say thank you. This is they thank you. This is they hey. It's just this hand motion, and I love it. Like even the crossing guards at the schools, y'all, if you coming down the street, it's this one man, y'all, he wave at literally every car that comes through there. If you coming through there driving down, because it's on a busy road, and so the cross guards are right there, but the school is in the neighborhood, but the cross guards sit at the busy intersections. And as you passing by, y'all, he wave at every car literally every day. He waving. Now I just wave at him too. It's different. It's totally different here, and I love it. I do love it. I love the diversity here. Somebody said it was boring. It just depends on your preference. It depends on your experience, y'all. I can say it's boring, but it's not. I haven't even did anything, and it's not boring because I know that if I decide to go outside, I'm gonna have a good time. I just don't go outside right now, but I am. So it's just totally up to you how you take your experience of moving to a new state. Somebody said antisocial people. I'm an antisocial person, so I wouldn't really care if somebody spoke to me or not. I've been living in my apartments since we've been here, so 8 months now, 9 months. And I finally just spoke to my neighbor that lives across the hall from me. I mean, like, we'll say hey, like if we see each other something, you know. But we actually held a whole conversation one morning. We were coming in the house together because we dropped the kids off. Majority of people in my building, we all leave at the same time every morning, dropping kids off at school or going to work. Her son is in the same grade as my 6-year-old. They're both in first grade or whatever. And she was like, hey, I didn't know your baby, you know, went to this school, or I didn't know they were in the same grade, because my kids look way bigger than a lot of the kids that's in their class, y'all. If y'all see me, y'all be like, oh my gosh. And me and her actually had a conversation. You know, she was saying that she wanted her baby to come out and play, and I'm like, you know, I have plenty of kids over here, so playing ain't no that ain't nothing. We can do that. So yeah, we had our first conversation, and I'm normally antisocial, y'all. I'm an introvert through and through, and that's just my personality. Like, I do not like communicating with people. That's why I'm surprised I even do YouTube, y'all. But it's kind of like my outlet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk to people in real life. I can talk to y'all. You know, it's not like y'all can converse back with me. Y'all can comment in the comments or something. But the video I already posted, I already said what I said, and that's the end of it, you know. So yeah, but I had a conversation with her for the first time. We introduced ourselves. We exchanged names. We didn't exchange numbers or anything like that. Maybe once we get the kids together to go do something, maybe then. But yeah, I need some Dallas friends. I need some friends here, you know. I'm tired of just being mom. I'm tired of having kid friends. But yeah. And then road rage. Oh, babe, I know what you mean with this road rage stuff, because the road rage here is crazy, but I heard it's a lot worse than Houston. But let me tell y'all something. I don't blow horns. The only way I'm blowing horns is if you really, really piss me off. I don't blow horns because I done seen that one experience in Houston where the lady blew her horn and the other lady and her husband jumped out on and started shooting. No, ma'am. I ain't blowing no horn unless you really piss me off or you finna hit me. I ain't blowing no horn. But let me tell y'all, here, baby, if you sitting at a stoplight that's red and that mug turn green, if you ain't going right in that instant, somebody finna blow their horn at you. The light ain't even been green 2 seconds and somebody is on their horn. It's crazy. If you, let me say, we don't have a speed limit here. We got a speed limit for real, y'all. I'm being sarcastic. But we don't have a speed limit. If the speed limit is 60 and everybody else is going 80, baby, you better go 80. You better go 80 or you're going to have some angry people behind you. So yeah, that's why I say we don't have a speed limit. You basically drive with the flow of traffic. If traffic going slow, something got to be going on. Something has to be going on for traffic to be slow. Other than that, baby, it's a constant 80 everywhere you go. 80 and up. Everywhere you go on this freeway. Everywhere. So yeah, I automatically already drive fast, so I'm used to it. My husband, he is not so much. He's like, he hates driving here. Me, baby, I'm in and out that traffic. Doop, doop, doop. I don't care. It don't faze me. But they do get on my nerves sometimes with they cutting in front of you. But yeah, I understand the part about the road rage. But yeah, I ain't getting into it with nobody in no traffic just because I'm sitting at that goddamn light. Somebody said they're from Cali. Somebody said they're from New York. And they're wanting to move to Texas due to cheaper prices. Somebody said where they came from is higher for less. I can understand that totally because where I came from, is less, and I moved higher. And then people moving from New York, California, things like that, it's higher there. It's cheaper here for them, but for me, it's higher here and cheaper from Arkansas. So yeah, I guess in their standpoint, that's a good thing for them because they saving money. But people coming from like Arkansas and the southern states or something like that where it's cheaper at, this is a big adjustment to prices, y'all. My last house was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, full backyard, full front yard, full driveway. I was paying $800. I moved to Texas to a 3-bedroom apartment and I'm paying 3 times that. So yeah, it's a big adjustment, but it also let me know that if I ever do decide to move back to Arkansas, if I ever do decide to move somewhere where it's cheaper than Texas, I can afford what I want to. Because if I can afford 3 times what I was paying in Arkansas, if I could have had me a big, dumb, stupid ass house in Arkansas. But it is a big adjustment. It just all depends on where you're from. So yeah, prepare for that adjustment if you are from somewhere that's cheaper than Texas. But if you are from somewhere that's higher than Texas, then you're going to love it here. Because you're going to get a bang for your money. So yeah, for me, I'm getting less for my money because a 3-bedroom apartment for 3 times 800. What? Yeah, I ain't with it. But it's cool. It's an experience. I remember when we first came here to look for an apartment, y'all, we just kept saying, we not paying over $1,400. We not paying. But we thought $1,700 was a lot. And then, like, I kept asking my auntie, like, what's some places, you know, that's reasonable? And she kept telling me, and that's the same thing, like, with his cousin, they was just telling us, they was like, this is reasonable. And I'm just like, this not reasonable for me. But now that I'm here, it's like, okay, there you go. Get your funky ass money. There you go. Money is gone. It come with ease, y'all. Like, it really do. Like, your pay is going to equal out. Your pay is going to make everything level out. So, depending on what you're getting paid, it's going to level out depending on what your rent is. So, yeah, it come easier. You just got to move here, get the experience, and you will catch on real quick. You'll learn how things work real quick. Because, yeah, I was totally against anything more than $1,500, $1,600. $1,700 was definitely IMAX. No, $1,800 was IMAX. And yeah, we definitely went over that. So it come with ease. When you looking, you're gonna think everything is expensive, but when you actually move here and them state taxes are no more, and you know you ain't paying for all this extra stuff, you're gonna be good. So all I can say is, y'all, come do the experience. You know, if you want to move to a new state, move to a new state. It ain't gotta be Texas. Move to a new state. You know, get out your comfort zone, explore more, elevate in life, and just enjoy it, y'all. Enjoy the process, whether it's good or bad. you take the good with the bad and you keep on rolling. So that is the end of part 2, y'all. These are all the questions that I have, the comments that people have left so far. So yeah, any other questions, comments that y'all do have, y'all of course can drop them in the comment down below, or y'all can also DM me on Instagram at KRenee with 2 Y's _ so yeah, y'all, that's it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share my video, and I'm out, y'all.